The story of Asiyah, I'm home. Broken hearts, moving parts. Excuse me, I'm gonna go find the restroom. I whisper to Mike just before rising from my seat to leave the auditorium. Yeah, okay. Mike replies as he stands to let me by. As I awkwardly shuffle past the seated musicgoers, it's as if a river dam broke free within my eye cavities, the way tears began to fall from the puddles and stream down my face. Peering at myself in the mirror of the empty restroom of the hall, I see pain. For the first time in a long time, I feel pain. I became numb to my life's ebbs. Still, I longed for the flows. I found flow with a gang. With just being present in their energy, I learned so much about myself. I have discovered new facets of myself every day since being at the loft. I read energies in people's minds. I can see people's lights or souls and discern the parts of them that need more love and compassion. All of the things I want to tell Chase. All of the things that have been awakened within me and which I wish he were here to witness. All I ever wanted in this world was the love that is him and me. I've dreamt about this love of ours for as long as I can remember. Before I was able to envision Chase's name written next to mine, I knew our love. I felt our love. I dreamt of creating my own family with the love of the soul that was intended to travel this life with me. I dreamt of creating a life in which exuded happiness and abundance of all things great. When I met Chase, I began to remember the dreams that I allowed to be sullied. The energies of what my life consisted of before I remembered who I am acted as a barricade between who I thought I was and my true self. Twin flame love is the apex form of love in our universes. Chase ran from this love into someone else's arms. Asiyah, I hear Chase's voice echo behind me as I bend the corner exiting the restroom. I turn and see Chase standing in front of me with a look of concern plastered on his face. You shouldn't have left your girlfriend in the auditorium by herself. I say in a way to deflect from the pain burning in my heart. She's not my girlfriend, Asiyah. We've only been on a few dates, Chase says. I'm glad to see you're doing just fine, I say before turning to walk away. Asiyah, wait, Chase exclaims. Wait for what, Chase? Wait for you to find some other way to break my heart? Again? These words expel from my throat as I turn to face Chase, as if they were involuntary. These words are the words I've had bottled up inside for far too long. My body is not a dumpster for all of my aching emotions. I continue. You have found it in your heart to love other women, but it is so hard for you to love me, right? Asiyah, Chase says in a way to try to stop me from releasing this poison from my being. Stop saying my name. You don't deserve to know me, I say to Chase just before turning to walk away. I didn't go back into the auditorium. I stopped by a bodega to grab a sandwich just before heading back to the loft. As I sat at the kitchen island devouring the turkey, bacon, and Haverty cheese sandwich, Mike entered the front door of the loft. What the heck, Asiyah? I thought something happened to you, Mike says in a half-hearted fury. I attempt to answer Mike. Save it, Asiyah. You bailed on me, Mike says with no interest in hearing what I have to say. My twin flame was at the show with another girl. I blurt out to Mike. Mike, wow, Asiyah, you kept all of that bottled up? All of this time? Yeah, I guess I did, I say to Mike. I told Mike everything. I told Mike about meeting Chase at school and how I found out we were soul counterparts. I told Mike about being held captive at Jerry's lab with Chase after being kidnapped from Chase's cabin by Steve and Roger. I told Mike about Chase and I's adventures on the astral realm. I told Mike about Chase running from me. You know, Asiyah, people would want to hear about this. People would want to hear about your journey. You should write a blog, or no, a book. Mike says to me as we lounge on the green velvet sofa in the living area on the first level of the loft. Oh yeah, Mike, I'll write about all the mystic and fanciful happenings that are my life. No one would believe it, I say with no belief in myself. Mike says to me, that's the point, Asiyah. It's not healthy for you to keep everything inside. Write it all down. Get it out. Post it and how people perceive what you have to say is how they perceive what you have to say. If anyone has anything negative to say about your story, their negativity has everything to do with their unhealed traumas and nothing to do with you. You could help someone, somewhere. If not another unknowing starseed, perhaps someone else that has had their heart broken too. I've been thinking about what Mike said, and now it's time for me to turn my thoughts into actions. As I sit in the coffee shop and enjoy the ambiance, I begin to write the first post for my blog. The book thing is a great idea as well. That will come. I figured I would start with something less cumbersome with me just beginning to write and all. Now, what should I name it? What should I name my blog? How about Asiyah's Ambitions? Okay, nope. Tales of a Broken Heart? And here I was, thinking naming my story would be the easy part. Wait, that's it. The story of Asiyah. That's it. That's my blog title. Asiyah. I hear a familiar voice call my name. I look up and see Chase. You following me now? I say to Chase as I begin to gather my things to leave. Don't go, please. We need to talk, Chase says. My response to Chase is I am not in the energy to give him many words. About? Chase takes a seat at the table. With Chase now sitting opposite of me, he pulls a book out of his bag and says, You need to see this. I take a look at the book, and I am thrown into a state of total shock. The cover of the book is white with the infinity symbol in red centered below the title, My Other Half. The author's name reads, Asiyah Winthrop. Winthrop is Chase's last name. And Asiyah? I'm Asiyah. You know, I've never stopped thinking about you. I think about you almost every minute of the day, Asiyah. I say to Asiyah as we stroll the Hudson, You know, you really hurt me, Chase. Of all of the shattering my heart has endured, the breaking I experienced at the hands that are you hurt the most. Asiyah says as the descending sunlight gleams in her eyes. I return to Asiyah. I am sorry. It was never my intention to hurt you. It was a lot. We are a lot. I still never stop thinking about you. Where did you find the book? Asiyah asked me. Myself to Asiyah. Did you hear what I said, Asiyah? Asiyah replies to me, as she avoids the elephant trampling the pavement beside us. I heard you. How did you find the book? I answer Asiyah. On the dark web. Asiyah retorts with the humor that I miss. That sounds on brand for you. Just perusing the dark web and came across the book authored by the future me. Yeah, it's more than surreal. But then again, what about us as usual? I say as I stop and pull Asiyah closer to me. Chase. Asiyah says in response to my forwardness. What, Asiyah? We can read each other's minds. I know you miss me. I miss you too, I reply. Chase, you can't keep doing this. You can't come and go as you please with no regards as to how your actions affect me. Asiyah asserts as she pulls away from me. Where are you going, Asiyah? I say as Asiyah turns and begins to walk away. Asiyah turns around and says, Home. There was a time when Asiyah only saw home with me. This is the moment I knew Asiyah had changed. Asiyah has changed for the better. I yell to Asiyah, just read the book. I don't do it on purpose. I don't hurt Asiyah intentionally. Our connection is so intense that it reveals parts of me that I'm not ready to face. I run back to the patterns and ways that I know in order to regain control in my life. I run back to who I have been for so long and run away from who the universe is calling me to become out of fear. Chase has some nerve. As soon as I begin to create some type of peace and stability within myself, within my life, he shows up to throw me for a loop. All I know is I am not reading this book. I am finally starting to feel like my life is mine. The ground is still when it has quaked for so long. Opening this book would initiate an earthquake powerful enough to make New Jersey an island. No thanks. As I put the book into the crate under my bed, Mike enters the loft as he calls my name. Asiyah? Yeah, I'm up here, I reply. Did you hear what happened? Mike comes running up the stairs and says, Did you hear what happened? Did you hear what happened with Jonathan and Chelly? My eyes widen in a bout of worry as I ask, What happened with Jonathan and Chelly? Wheezing and out of breath, Mike says, Chelly met with the modeling agency. They are sending her to Europe for a year. She broke up with Jonathan and she's leaving tomorrow.